How you guys doing? My name is Michael Challenger. I'm the director for Where Do We Go From Here. This is
Hi guys, my name is Bernard Addison. I play Leon Sr.
Hi, my name is Monique Gall, and I play Pam Ford.
And my name is Corey Wright, and I play Leon Ford Jr.
sure. So the piece itself it's an 18-minute short that takes place in Los Angeles, and it's a Baptist family, religious family that finds out that their son is homosexual. So it's it's a controversial piece. It's a piece that is current for today, and I think many people will enjoy the short itself. So far, you know what? I'm extremely pleased with the way things are going. This is now our 10th festival, so we're really excited about it. We will be going next month to the Oakland Film Festival, and we'll also be going to Peachtree International Film Festival. So it's been well received. People are loving the film, and I can't be any more happier.
I can only say that what was interesting for me about this person is that this person is a person that you don't see in cinema a lot, and so that was very important for me to take on a role that was, because usually when you see African Americans in film, they're either all bad or they're all saintly, and so to have someone with complexity and have a point of view, that you'll watch the film and you'll get the point of view and what he's all about. That was interesting for me.
Yeah, for me, being a Christian and just reading the story, it touched my heart because of being judgmental. And for me, as Pam, I feel like she was more in the middle, and she supported her brother, and she had his back, and but then she supported her family, her dad. So I just felt like she's just the person who gave the love and was just like, let's just support, let's come together, let's find, a solution in this. And I loved the story, and I love to be a part of it. So yeah.
Yeah, and to kind of piggyback off that, the story was one of the things that was most compelling to me. The way I see Leon Jr. is he represents a lot of people that actually exist. He's a real person. There was nothing about it that was gratuitous. There was nothing about it that was, well, maybe if we shift something here or there. It just was what it was. And there's so many people that deal with the issues that the film presents, both race and sexual orientation, that are not being talked about. And those things are actually being brought up in a very, very, very normal, in the sense, way. And when you see the film, it appears to be normal, but then you, like he was saying with the complexities of things, they become more apparent and like, oh, this actually can happen. This actually is a part of our community. And it's something that should actually be discussed, along with the judgmental and being love being the foundation for things, and what that actually does look like, if it has color, if it has an orientation. So it's a deep one. It's a deep one. Well, the parent, yeah, somebody's like, oh, I saw you in that. Let's get you another job. I mean, yeah, first and foremost. But then also, like we were saying about the story being so compelling, I like when people ask me questions about it, like about my process, because then I get to have a platform to discuss those things with them and open up a dialogue that otherwise may not have been open, because they see my face there and they want to know, well, what did you think about this, or what did you think about that? And it gives me an opportunity to actually discuss those things with them. Yeah.
And for me, it's just supporting. It's coming to support my director, coming to support the cast, and also seeing great films and learning, and just interviewing like this, and just growing and learning more and more on, just being an actor, being just supporting everybody. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's good. That's great. I mean, for me, it's primarily support, because we worked very hard on this film for, a number of days and weeks to get this going. And I'm glad to hear that it's been at 10 festivals, and I wish I could have been at all 10. That would have been kind of fun to hear the reactions and to see how people take it, and I think it's just something about the camaraderie of film, and coming into a room and turning off the lights and watching somebody's idea come to life in a two-dimensional form. That's exciting, because it's I think festivals are just a lovely platform for that. You know, instead of going to the the Cineplex and spending your $15 to watch something in 3D and you have no relationship whatever to what's going on with it. It's already been cut, dried. Those people have made their money and done their thing. And this is all a labor of love. No one's making money here, And so why do you come? Because it's the art. It's the art form. And you go and support the art form.
I'm just happy that my actors can be here to tell their story. It's great to not, this is the 10th festival, but first time actually being on the carpet with the other actors is a wonderful thing, and it's wonderful to see the piece come to life. It's been well received, and I'm just so happy that everybody's excited about the piece, because it could have been another story, directing a piece that nobody really likes, or visually they're not excited about it. So to actually have this happen and make this happen, and to again, telling different stories is primarily my goal of what I want to do as a filmmaker. This is something that we don't necessarily see, and I think it's time for people to open up their minds and start looking at stories from a different perspective.
I haven't had that reaction with this film yet, so I don't know if I'm going to walk into a room and everyone look at me as the big, big bad father that can't join the 21st century. But I don't know. It's a hard thing. You, as an actor, you do your job, you do your work, you work hard, and the whole idea is that hopefully that people watch what you do and they buy the story and they buy the character and they buy what you're working on. Whether someone crosses the line and thinks that you are, say Hannibal Lecter or whomever, I think that's a little creepy. But I think there's we ask for the suspension of disbelief. We ask for it. And so that'd be nice to have people look at us and identify with us as the character first before they get to know us. That means that they took the ride.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I can piggyback on that as well. It's just, I've never gone through that where someone's never been able to separate me from my character, but I have played many different characters, from being shot to, the sweetheart to the valley girl to whatever. But I just want to touch people and just tell a real story and just be really invested in it, and just hope that everyone takes something from that, And it's just that's me.
Yeah, I think Michael and Courtney did a great job with what they've given, this vehicle that they've given us with the words on the page. And an actor's responsibility is actually to make a connection with those words and convey that connection to whoever is viewing, the audience, the message, whatever it is, through whatever medium. And they've done such a great job with making the story so real that people can kind of just sit into it, and they not only see the characters or us as the characters, but they actually see the story as well. And a lot of times there's a disconnect with films today that there's a great story, but you don't relate to the characters. Or you relate to the characters and the story, But with this particular film, you have both, because of the direction, because of the writing, because of the cast that cares about what they're actually saying. And it kind of creates this whole realm that people can just ease into and ease out of, to where they're not looking at you as that character, but they're looking at the issues, which are more important, and which is what I think he's trying to say with this voice that they've written for us.
Say something else with that, because just something that's popped in my head about that is that it's also about identification. I think that more so than people identifying us as a character, they're identifying the situation as a situation that they may live through, or they may know someone that's living through. And I think good storytelling makes you look at your life and look at, the real people around you and how that pertains. Why is this story affecting me? And I think, if anything with this, I think it would be more so that, audience members recognize themselves.
Well, okay, so, there's a story to this. I mean, it was it's an 18-minute piece, but it took me 6 months before I actually found the characters for this film. And each one, I called back Corey about maybe like four or five times. Monique, I think Monique as well. I called it back 4 or 5 times with other, with other Pams. And Bernard and I, we had one audition. Yeah, Bernard and I had one audition, and I think that each character represented. I don't know. I mean, it would. I need more time to explain why specifically each one. I chose each one for specifically, but I know that. It's your look, it's my heart. When they read it off the page, my heart was this is the person for the role. I felt it. Corey did a great job coming back. He was he did a fantastic job. Monique she had something really just in her eyes. Her reactions were amazing, and which play well in the actual in the film itself. And Bernard was just. He was the dad that I've been looking for. I mean, I was just excited to meet him. So I was, I'm really. Straight Papa. He has an amazing presence on screen. It was really amazing. So each one had their own special, unique, and they look like if you read the casting, everybody kind of resembles each other really well. So they could be brothers. There was a lot of truth to it, and I was really happy with the end result.
I feel like somebody said that to act you have to listen. You're not necessarily acting as much as you are reacting, in that we bring a real emotion to what it is. We don't make up love. We don't make up anger. We don't make up fear. Those things exist within us, and what we do is we take everything that we have on the inside of us, and we throw it into this script. And when you have everybody on the same page in that sense, even though our characters are different, they all experience this range of emotions. And on set, we actually were kind of like a family. I mean, we,
He was playing around so much. And our mom, Karen.
Yes, Karen.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
We were the quiet.
Yeah, they were the quiet ones. Right. And actually in the film it's kind of like that. That I have that relationship with my mother in the film, and she has a relationship with, the dad in the film, and when you see it you understand what we're talking about. But there's something amazing about actors. They always, when you get them into a room and you give them a script and you give them a story, they just jump right in, and it's like they've known each other all their lives. I mean, sometimes you get a little special eggs, but most generally, I've been fortunate enough to work with a lot of people that I can just jump right in and automatically, if you're a family, you're a family, and that's just how it works. Yeah.
I think that it all started from our leader, which is the director, Michael Challenger, and just how he just opened up such a peaceful environment, and how we just all bonded, came together, and just had a good time. It didn't feel like work. It just felt like we were really in this home as family, coming together with this real story, telling this real story, and just bringing out the emotion in it, and just hoping that it inspires everybody. So yeah.
I remember the first rehearsal. I actually was out of town, and I was rushing to get back in time for the first rehearsal, and I was like, oh no, I'm tired. Maybe I should just go home and start over. It's just the first rehearsal. I mean, cameras are not rolling. It's just a blocking thing. I'm tired. And I'm saying I'm tired all the way as I'm going over to where the rehearsal is, and I'm just turning into the parking lot going, I'm tired, I should go home. I'm tired. And I'm getting out of my car, locking my door. I'm tired, I should go home. I'm so tired, I should go home. And I'm walking into the room, I'm tired, I should go home. And then all of a sudden I see these guys, and I'm going, well, I guess I'm home. So it was, it's always, as an actor, it's always exciting to know who you're going to work with. And you got to be on the fast track when you're an actor, because the audience has to believe the story. And so that means that if you're a family, that means, all of a sudden I got to look at him and go, oh, that's my son. Oh, then I got to react to him, be with him as my son. Oh, it's my daughter. I got to jump into that. I can't just sort of wait back and go, well, if I had a daughter, it wouldn't kind of be like you. I don't know about that. I'm going to hold back. And with Karen, who played my wife, she and I had worked together before, so it was already a shorthand happening with us. And so I thought that was an excellent kind of casting. And so when we were working together on location, it was just sort of, you find each other's personality. and you begin to play with each other's personality. That you begin to open up, and you remember that when the cameras are rolling, and so there is truth, you know, in relationship. So it's always kind of exciting, you know.
I do want to say one more thing.
Yeah, go ahead.
And I know he's been on with the film, just like traveling. This is the 10th one, right? Yeah. And this is your first film that you directed? Is that right? Yes.
I mean, this is one that I've released.
That you released, which I couldn't believe, because Michael created such a safe space for us to actually create and for us to actually bond. And he gave us permission to do a lot. And there was always that hand that just kind of, if not that, then what about this? Because there were some choices that I made, and he would come and just go, well, what if he felt this way? And what if that? And it made me think. And she was right when she said it starts from the leadership when that happens, because he did such an, I felt so safe with him the whole time. And I know everybody else did as well, because we got a chance to explore and to be us, and also these characters that he's created at the same time. Because I know a lot of times when you write, these people are so close to you that you're like, no, but it has to be like this. But I never felt the pressure to have to be a certain thing. I was always allowed, and I can speak for everybody else when I say I'm sure I can.
He's an actor's director, you know.
Exactly. Exactly.
He'll be there and, you know, lead you, which is great.
Yes.
Also the technical
Yeah,
person director
yeah.
too. Right. The way he managed to make sure that everybody knew their task.
Yeah.
You know,
Yes.
so
Which is great.
You know, that actor's director thing can always be a double-edged, like, you know, sword about. He's an actor's director, but he doesn't know how to edit.
Oh,
You know.
Right.
But I
Yeah.
just think no. I think it's just, you know, the leadership thing is such an incredible thing.
Yeah.
So.
I think so. I think that because of my experience as an actor and now transferring over to a director, I really had. It was easy for me to really just to connect with them on a different level with things that I would have wanted from a director that I didn't necessarily receive. I was able, you know, it's in my toolbox, you know, when I get to for the future. It's a wonderful thing to have. So yeah, I felt really connected with everybody, and we were a family on set. We really were. Yeah. So we filmed at 2 locations. When Bernard and Jaheim, the little actually who plays the younger version of Corey, Leon Jr., we filmed in Koreatown, and the second location was in Northridge. The Ford family home was in Northridge, California. We're actually developing the feature. It's really exciting. Yeah. Developing the future, so we're on our 3rd draft, and you know nobody here has read the script yet, but it's really exciting. It's 10 times better than the actual short. So you get to see the families more in depth. You know, really get to understand like Adam's side of the family as well, and it's a beautiful story. So I can't wait for people to see it.